Hey guys, what's going on? Droll Pal CHH. Today we're looking at the new 4K UHD limited edition Steelbook of Sleepy Hallow, the Tim Burton film. You know, Sleepy Hallow is about as classic as you can get as a story, and I did a little research, and from what I saw, like, he was working on that Superman Lives movie, and when that went by the wayside, it made him pretty damn upset. And when he was doing Sleepy Hallow, I think he went a little bit darker and aggressive than the studios probably wanted to, because he was pretty pissed off. You know, he put a lot of time, energy, and focus into Superman, and when it was just kaput, you know, Sleepy Hallow, he went into it with like dark intentions. And honestly, you can really see that in Sleepy Hallow. As a matter of fact, watching this again for the first time since, God, I don't know, not only was I impressed by how evil and sinister the film was, but I was like, you know what, this may be one of his best movies he's ever done. Sleepy Hallow is remarkably good. It's fantastic even. I really, really enjoyed it. So, you know, the cast with this is great. You've got Christina Ricci, you've got Johnny Depp, and you'll have to forgive me, but like a lot of people that I know from the Harry Potter films were in this, and there's a charm there. And one of the things I love about this movie is I forgot that the legend himself, Christopher Lee, has some scenes in here. And anytime I see movies from this era show love, reverence, and you know, give a role to the legend Christopher Lee, you automatically win me. So I loved seeing him in here, and he always commands every scene he's in. Whether you see him in this or Lord of the Rings or any of his Dracula Hammer films, he commands every scene he's in. I am the biggest Christopher Lee fan, and I loved that he was in here. I completely forgot. You know, but Johnny Depp delivers a hell of a performance in this. He's really good. It's so funny watching him talk in real life. He's so slow and really low, and like it takes a while for him to get out what he's trying to say. But in movies, he can be anything. He can act and do anything he wants. He could be a pirate. He can be Ichabod Crane. He can be whatever. It doesn't matter. He can pull it off. It's just remarkable to me. And Christina Ricci, I mean, if you grew up in the 90s, like, she is every guy's heartthrob, and she's great in this. I'm not so sure about the blonde hair on her, though. You know, it's not that she doesn't look good. It's just I love my Christina Ricci to look the way she does in, like, Cursed, for instance. That's my perfect Christina Ricci. But nonetheless, she's marvelous in this movie. She's lovely. Everybody in this is one of the, like, best casted films I've ever seen from Tim Burton. And I just really had a great time. And I was like loving seeing all the Halloween atmosphere in the film. With the pumpkins, there's a scene in the beginning where Ichabod goes into this town hall party where he's like going into the town to start investigating about the Headless Horseman, and there's these pumpkins and jack-o'-lanterns everywhere, and the fall Halloween atmosphere is so prevalent in this. It's just fantastic. I loved it so much. So Sleepy Hallow definitely gets 2 thumbs up as a movie. It's mean, it's aggressive, and it's way more visceral than I remembered. And I just think it's going to be a movie a lot of you guys are going to be surprised if you revisit it and you haven't watched it in a number of years. So cheers to the movie Sleepy Hallow. But let's talk about this because this is a 4K UHD release, and this is the limited edition Steelbook. What's interesting is when I got this, I remember grabbing it at Best Buy, and sure enough, I was like, wow, this is heavy. You know, but you open up, you realize this is basically a media book. I've already sold that digital code, so don't try to steal it, anybody. It's a media book. It's not basically, but it is a media book. And there's all these beautiful write-ups about the movie, which is really a nice touch, which I don't know if media books are like a thing much anymore in America. I know that they are in Germany a lot, but yeah, so when you get this, it's like, wow, this thing's got some weight to it. I was like, what the hell is in here? Then I forgot because I saw some people have it. It is, in fact, more or less a media steelbook. So very, very cool, or a digibook, whatever you call them, whatever the hell they're called. There's names for all these things. I can't remember. I really like the artwork. You've got the Headless Horseman on the front. You got the tree, the evil, whatever it's called, and on the back, I forgot. Great scene in the movie, though. Holy crap. I really like this steelbook. The only thing that's going to be an issue with some people, I think, is they stack the discs. Now, this is very old school. This is the way those cheap DVD collections would store them sometimes, with the thick DVD middle piece and the discs were stacked on top of each other. So, like, that's the only thing that it doesn't bother me too much because it's not going to scratch them too bad as long as you're very careful and delicate and you're really only going to use one of the discs. But, you know, it is what it is. So in terms of this release, because of that, I'll give this like a 9.8 out of 10. If they would have put the discs separately somehow, I would have been like, this is a perfect 10 steelbook. I really like the book in there. I really like the old school design. It's really nice. But in terms of the picture quality, so I'll say this has Dolby Vision, of course. It's a 4K UHD. This is insanely perfect. This is such a good 4K. I try to tell people, like, yes, I know you've had experiences in the past where maybe the 4K did not do as well as you wanted it to do, or maybe you got some movies that were extremely underperforming with bad reviews. But movies like this and transfers like this is exactly why this format is not only justified, but the best format ever. It really is. It's so incredibly well done. It just looks like you're there. It's beyond looking like it was shot this morning or yesterday. As I say, it looks like you're there. Remarkable how beautiful film looks when you can get it in its natural state. So a perfect 10 on the picture quality. And as far as the audio goes, it's got Dolby Atmos for the audio, and it's insane. I mean, this is truly a cinematic experience in your home if you've got the proper equipment. Again, I like to tell people I've got a 65-inch QLED and I got a Polk soundbar with subwoofer, and it just felt like I was at the movie theater. I got the lights out, I got my big screen TV, I'm about 15 feet away from it. It's remarkable, the experience. So, the movie is a perfect 10. In my opinion, it really is that good. This may be one of his best films. The Steelbook is a 9.8 out of 10, and the sound and audio are perfect 10. So this is far and away one of the best releases this year for horror physical media, and I truly can't recommend it enough. So please, guys, let me know when's the last time you've revisited Sleepy Hallow, and if it's been a long time, take my word for it. You're really going to be surprised on a revisit how aggressively mean this movie is, and intense, like severed heads, the whole kit and caboodle, and the performances are insane. So guys, I really hope you go to pick up Sleepy Hallow. If you want to get the Steelbook, you could probably try to get lucky and get it online or at the stores now, but there is a standard release, which is just fine. In terms of special features, let's look at what they have. We get a commentary by director Tim Burton, Sleepy Hallow Behind the Legend, and reflections on Sleepy Hallow. We also get teaser trailers, theatrical trailers, and we get some previews. So there you have it, guys. I got to give this, rounding everything together, this release in total, basically a perfect 10. I'm so happy with this, guys. So I can't recommend Sleepy Hallow on 4K UHD enough. It's going to be a real treat for you. And it's a perfect time to watch this movie, a pre-Halloween month. Like, this is a perfect September Halloween horror movie to get into. You're really going to get into the groove, so to speak. So there it is, guys. Sleepy Hallow. Definitely pick it up. This is your old pal CHH. If you enjoyed this video, please drop a thumbs up. And if you like this movie or dislike this movie, whatever, drop a comment below. Let me know your thoughts on it. Thank you, guys, and I'll see you next time. Huge, giant thank you to all of my Patreon supporters. Without you guys, this would not be possible. To get behind-the-scenes photos, videos, music, private live streams, and much more, you can subscribe to my Patreon for as little as $1 a month. Thank you to my patrons.